And I think we're back. Had a little technical difficulty as the camera was disconnected. It's a very finicky connection here. But we are now into the game. About a minute in, no score. One shot on goal for Bradley. And the Cougars wearing their special pink the Rink sweaters in dark. Bradley in white. Justin Nosser in net for SIUE. And it looks like Devin Schneider returns to the net after coming in a backup role last night. Here comes Luke Clevenger for the play-by-play.
All right, well, welcome everybody to Pink in the Rink night. We're getting this party started on a Saturday night. There's 18-17 left to go in the first period. Score still 0-0. The SIUE Cougars rocking their beautiful, and a shot off the crossbar and out of play. So I was saying, these special Pink at the Rink night jerseys are some of the finest I think I've ever seen in the breast cancer jersey category.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see teams just go with the straight pink and throw the school logo on there. This one, there's actually a little design element. It looks pretty sweet.
Something that might not. And puck rolls off the faceoff to the Bradley University goalie. That'd be Devin Schneider. Schneider plays it over into the far corner, and it's going to be grabbed by SIUE. Played up into the near corner, poked around by Bradley. Centering pass by SIUE is going to roll over to the far boards. It's going to be grabbed by Kane Henson. Henson gets hit from behind into the boards. It plays it over behind the net of Schneider. Schneider pokes away a centering pass attempt there, and it's going to be bumped off, and now Bradley is going to try and dump it out the other way. Bradley dumps it across the blue line. SIUE will field the puck now in the neutral zone. Played up to the near zone. That's going to be grabbed by Cole Ebersol. Ebersol is currently second line center, and he's been doing an admirable job. That first and second line have remained steady like a rock so far these two seasons, as now Bradley is going the other way. Bumped off the puck there. That's by Bryce Simon. Simon rocking the third line this fine evening, as it's going to get dumped in now by Terrence Purabot. Grabbed by Bradley, played into the near zone, and dumped back into the offensive zone of SIUE. A little ping pong match going on across the blue line as it will get dumped in and played over to Devin Schneider. Schneider plays it to his own man up into the neutral zone. It gets dumped, and it's going to get grabbed by Drew LaRose. LaRose now looking around in his defensive zone, and he's going to play it over to the far corner, back to the near corner in the Cougars defensive zone. Cougars have a pretty commanding possession so far today. Seems like they've just had the puck in their end as often as now. As I say that, Bradley University, a wraparound attempt is going to hit the post, and it's going to get kicked back up to the blue line. Bradley University now trying for their first big old push here, is they're going to play the puck over into the near corner. It's going to be grabbed by the Cougars. Cougars are going to play it up along the near boards. No, they're going to turn it around, take it right behind the net of Justin Nosser. Decent amount of pushing and shoving going on there, but the Cougars will walk away with it over to the pink tape of number 77, Trevor Daly. Daly rocking the third line left wing this evening as Bradley crosses the blue line, crosses into the neutral zone, and will dump the puck in. It'll be grabbed by the Cougars. Cougars try and poke it out. No, it's going to be kept in by the Braves. Braves kick it up into the near corner. Plays it around, grabbed by the Cougars. Cougars try and exit, and it's not going to happen as Bradley keeps it in. So the Cougars will try once again to poke it out. Good forecheck put on there by the Bradley Braves. They have three men strong on the puck, and the puck will roll again behind the net of Nosser. Nosser not exactly getting put to work here, but he has to remain alert for what seems like a minute and a half here as the Cougars struggle to get it out of their zone, and they will lose control of it in the neutral zone, and Bradley will take the control. They'll dump it into the offensive zone, grabbed by the Cougars. Cougars play it up along the far boards, poked forward by number 15, Josh Crandall. Cougars now with the puck into the neutral zone. Long home run pass to Joe Watson, gets intercepted, and now it's going to be a question of whether or not they can keep it on side. They will, but they'll lose control of it as now Bradley's going the other way. Oh, and a good hit there by Tintera.
Big hit there by Kane Henson. He's establishing himself early as a physical presence for the Cougars.
Oh, and now home run pass over to Christian Perry. Perry looks, centers, shot. Oh, it's off the crossbar.
That's the second shot that's gotten behind Schneider tonight, but not across the goal line. We'll see if the Cougars can take advantage of that tonight.
Now, you were here last night, Casey. Schneider took over about midway through the game, correct?
He took over after the first period, and he had a hell of a game last night. I want to say he saw around 47 shots, gave up one goal. He really kept them in the game.
Nicely done there by Schneider. Very much deserving of the start. That so is now Christian Perry tries a centering pass. It's going to get intercepted by Bradley. Bradley plays it into the neutral zone. Loose puck grabbed by the Cougars. Cougars now into the neutral zone. They'll do a 180. They'll turn it back around. They're going to take it into the offensive zone. Dumps it in. That's going to be grabbed by number 24, Sam Bryant. Bryant tries a centering pass in his own defensive zone, and they'll poke it out now from Bishop. Bishop plays it back. Bryant plays it back up to Bishop. Grabbed now by number 19, Cam Etchison. It'll be played to Blackburn. Blackburn into the neutrals, passes it into the neutral zone, bumped off the puck, and now the Cougars will dump it right back in. Cole Ebersole taking a little pushing and shoving right around the scorer's box as Bradley now plays the puck into their far corner up along the far boards. No icing on the call there, so the Cougars will apply some pressure. Drew LaRose plays the puck up along the far boards, up to the D-man, and now a dump attempt as the Cougars get some fresh legs out there. Big grab by the Braves. Oh, and a big hit there in the corner. It looked more or less unintentional almost, as the Cougars almost have a centering pass to take a shot on there. Now it's Bradley going the other way. They'll dump it in, and it'll be grabbed by Justin Nasser off the bounce, and that's actually not that easy of a little glove save to make there.
Yeah, you don't know where those pucks are bouncing. If they're going to stay flat, it's not exactly like a ball where you can kind of tell the trajectory and the speed and where it's going to take the hop off the ice. That's a tougher save than it looks.
So the SIUE Cougars, they have a sponsorship on their jersey. That'll be JJ Thermos, who kindly paid for these beautiful Peek at the Rink jerseys. Like I promise you guys, I'm not just fawning over them because I'm with the Cougars. These are legitimately incredible jerseys. The Bradley Braves have Jimmy's Barn on the back. Right below their number as the Cougars set up shop in the office and are trying to break it out of their defensive zone.
These, I might have to grab a jersey myself and throw it in a frame, put it in my man cave, because these are they're pretty legit jerseys.
And now a cross-ice pass is going to be covered up by Schneider. You know, let's talk about some of the little details that might not come out over the camera. So first off, the collar crosses right below the neck to form a ribbon. There are several words of inspiration written in a slightly lighter black on all over the jersey.
Faith, courage, and strength, it looks like. At least three of them that I can see.
Yeah, and they're written all over the white parts as well. They're truly incredible jerseys.
Yeah, they're very tastefully done. There isn't anything overpowering about it. The pink is definitely there. It's non-mistakable what the cause is for, but it's not one of those things that it just takes away from the uniform.
Yeah, now the puck will go all the way down. That'll be called for icing. Just a reminder, if you're listening, one, you should probably be at the game for this, but these jerseys will sale at JJ Thermos after the game. JJ Thermos, of course, paid for these beautiful sweaters, and we'd like to thank them. They've been a wonderful partner to us for this entire season. 11:55 to go in the first period. 5-on-3 shots in favor of the SIUE Cougars as the puck will get fired back down, and we'll do it all over again. Some extra skating. Usually the idea here is you don't make your own men run mountains up and down the ice, but that seems to be what's going on.
Yeah, you don't really want to do that, especially the short bench. You don't want it looks like they have 3 extra D and 5 forwards, so it's maybe 3 lines, maybe running a center through another line. Fatigue's going to play a factor, and if you're going to ice the puck, yeah, you're going to get a stoppage, but it's going to log more ice time for the shorter bench. We'll see how that affects them throughout the game.
Especially this early in the game. You know, later in the game when you want to break here as it steps up, intercepted now and finds a man up along the far board. That's Christian Perry, backhanded shot, save made, and it's going to be cleared the length of the ice for the Bradley Braves. And there's the whistle.
That's something we saw a lot last night, too, in the third period, where the Braves, you'd think, would have a little bit more urgency, being down by, at the time, 3 goals. Got down to the waning moments of the third before they finally broke through. But a lot of their play is just go high and hard off the glass and just alleviate the pressure out of the zone.
Face-off won by the Cougars. Shot for the point. It's going to find a skate and roll over to the far zone. That'll be played by Sam Lucchese. Lucchese plays it up along the far boards all the way to the goalie, Justin Nasser.
In a game like this, Nasser's going to want to try and get outside of the net as much as he can because he's not getting a whole lot of action. This is a big game for him. He's looking to break through. He hasn't had actually a season that he likes so far. And this is a big game for him. It's a conference game. You got a big crowd, And you want to establish back to the coaches that he can be a guy to depend on.
Here we go, Christian Perry in the offensive zone. Little stick move shot. Oh, so what he says? I'm a rock star. He makes it 1-0. SIUE Cougars.
Perry just comes down the wing and with a lot of patience, pulls around a sliding Bradley defenseman and just goes shelf on Schneider, going top over his blocker. It's a great shot, looking off his winger, going back door. Great shot by Perry.
So for those of you who haven't followed the Twitter/Facebook debacle, I promised that enough people retweeted and we packed the house for this game. I would include peak lyrics in my call. So if you're wondering why I randomly shout out random pop song lines, now you know. It is Pink at the Rink night, though. So it's fitting as the puck will roll down for icing.
I got to say, if our cameraman Mulcahanas up top can pan over to the SIU side of the bleachers, you're not going to see a lot of empty seats. It is absolutely jam-packed here, shoulder to shoulder. There's got to be at least 300 people within the 5 or 6 sections on the SIU side, and it's a little more sparingly over on the Bradley side.
Well, understandably so. Oh, and a shot off the face-off and a good save there by Schneider. Understandably so. Bradley, of course, up near Peoria, Illinois. That's quite a drive to make for an evening game. As now Bradley will take the puck over.
No excuses, play like a champion. You get here.
The offense is over Bradley. It's going to be lost. And dumped all the way down, fielded by Bradley. You're saying no excuses? You're saying you'd drive up to Peoria for a...
I've driven to Nashville to watch a playoff game.
Oh, here we go. Shot. Save made by Nasser. And there's a tripping call. Heads up for tripping, but not before SIUE enters the offensive zone. They're going to try and make something of it. Off goes Nasser. His pressure put on the boards, and it'll be whistled dead. 9:41 to go in the first period, and we see our first power play for the Cougars.
That's a big stop there by Nasser. It's a momentum changer. You see a guy come in on a breakaway, and he comes up big, making that blocker save, and immediately after that, the Cougars are able to draw a penalty and go on the power play. And they were lethal on it last night. I believe they were 2-for-4 on a power play, so it's a big momentum swing here from going to be a 1-1 game to now potentially a 2-0 game.
So 2 minutes for Kyle Tintera for tripping at 9:41 to go in the first period. Face-off one, steps across the blue line, over to the far boards, back up to the center of the blue line, looking, over the far board, shot, save made, but it's a loose puck on the weak side of the goalie. It'll just ping-pong around there in the skates until it gets stumped out by the Bradley Braves. Oh, if you just had a man right there, the net was wide open.
Just a little bit more net front presence there by the Cougars. They might have been able to slam home a bouncing puck there. They had Schneider on the move.
SIUE across the blue line, looking up. Sittering past that, finds a man in Braden Rowe. Rowe shoots and a save made by Schneider.
Rowe's got a bit of a hot stick coming in last night, firing home a bit of a wiffle ball that beat solely top glove last night. He's looking to shoot a little bit more. I think he's got a little bit more jump in his step after getting a notch under the goal column last night.
You know, I was listening in on the coaches' conversation going in, and they started their fourth line this game. Coach Nick Edwards said, "Hey, we're just going to tell him, man. We're just going to tell him I want a shot off the bat and I want a big hit off the bat. We want to set the tone for this game," and they seem to be doing that so far as they're going to pass it up along the far line, up to Kane Hinson. Hinson along the near boards, looking for a man, finds one in the near quarter, back up to Hinson. Hinson is going to step forward, drop the puck down to the wing. Wing up to the near point. That's Rowe. Rowe fakes a shot over to Hinson. Hinson across the ice pass, and it's going to be a shot, a little knuckle puck, and now a loose puck will be shot up and over off of a stick. Knuckle puck shot there for Christian Perry is the Cougars now deal it over to Perry. Perry up to Rowe. Rowe back to Hinson. Hinson looks around, shot. It's going to go well wide, and it's going to catch a man off guard there at the point. Christian Perry wasn't quite close enough to the board, so the SIU Cougars will have to try it again.
They had some good looks on that last sequence, but they just couldn't connect and get it behind Schneider.
Up into the neutral zone go the Cougars. They tried to enter the zone. It's not a great attempt there. As now it's going to dump it in. That'll be Blake Takmazian. Takmazian now up to the far boards. Deals it over to Chris Wagner. Wagner looking for a man. 5 seconds left to go on the power play. No power play goals yet so far. Sittering pass, shot, and they're back to even strength. Here go the Cougars now. Let's see if they can get one last push off of this power play, and that would be, of course, the offensive possession that results as time goes out. That's going to be nothing, though, as Bradley pushes it into their defensive zone. Grabbed by SIUE, dumped it in the neutral zone. Grabbed by Bradley now in the defensive zone, and they're going to try and get it out there. Good pressure put on there by Kyle Kolberg. He's going to skate back now. Tuttle to a man. Finds a man, and it's going to be pushed away by Chris Wagner. Does Cam Etchison on the puck now as SIUE tries a little cross-ice pass to break it out, and they'll get it at least to the neutral zone with a dump in. Oh, and a big hit on Kolberg by Straker.
If you fell off your couch, we apologize, but that was right in your house right there.
Oh, man, that was a good hit, clean hit. You can already tell this game is going to be pretty physical as SIUE deals the puck in their defensive zone. Over to a man behind the net, loses control of it, and it's going to be grabbed and pushed forward by Straker. That'll find a man there, number 44, Sam Bryant. Bryant looks for Etchison. He's not going to find it, but he will find the number 8 of Sam Lucchese.
Yeah, I'd say the piss and vinegar bottle is a little bit more full than it was last night. A little bit more jump, a little more energy, a little more toughness coming out of these Cougars tonight.
Well, I know the coaches, they weren't exactly pleased with the way they won last night. You obviously take a win, but as Tutter steps in now, loose puck, it's going to roll, and it's going to be pushed away by Nasser.
I think a lot of these games, your rankings are decided by goal differential. And if you can take advantage, step on the throat of your opponent while you're up big. Well, it wasn't necessarily big. They're up 4-1, 5-1. I think 5-1 at one point. You want to keep it that way or extend that lead. You don't want to just sit on it and allow the other team to get back in the game and make it a little bit closer than it looks.
Bradley now over to the neutral zone. There's Bishop. Bishop across the blue line. He's looking for a man. Oh, and a brilliant diving stop as Bradley fails to convert on a 2-on-1. That is why you put Kane Hinson as the first pairing D-man. Loose puck now is going to roll over to the far corner, and it's going to get dumped over to the penalty box, it looks like. Whistle dead, and we will take a face-off in the far circle.
It's amazing to see the progression of a guy like Kane Henson. You see him and Cullibrook from their freshman year to now. Maybe you see a little bit more timidness or their quick decision-making wasn't exactly quick in their freshman years. Now they're all over the ice. They're leaders out there, and he makes a great play there on a 2-on-1, laying it all on the line.
No joke. When they interviewed me for this job, as Chris Wagner takes the face-off and dumps it all the way down. Hold on a second, though. He finds Lucas Tucker, and Tucker loses control of it. It deals it to the goalie. Deals it to his own man, now up and shot for the blue line. Loose puck, it'll be grabbed by Tucker. Tucker's trying to make up for it, and it'll be dispossessed by the Bradley Braves. It looks like Luke Case, who dispossessed the man, and now is going to try and poke it up the boards. No, it's going to find Chris Wagner. Shot, save made by Schneider. As I was saying, though, when they interviewed me, for this, it was actually Kane Henson sitting across at the interview. Kane Henson and obviously Brendan Overton was there and Nick Edwards was there, but Kane Henson. It took me until the first practice to be like, oh wait, he wasn't one of the coaches.
No, yeah, he's very knowledgeable about the game. He teaches the game outside of actually playing for SIU, and he does well in the community. I believe he helps out with the league, EHF. Tyler Elbrick's group that works out of this rink and their facility right across the street. Yeah, he's all hockey all the time. He's got a coach's mentality when he's playing the game. That helps him out.
Really does. He's a very smart player, smart kid. Here's now Chris Wagner dumps it up into the neutral zone. Finds Perry. No, finds Watson across the blue line. Pressure put on by Blackburn. Blackburn applies pressure to Watson, and it's going to roll over to Perry. Perry along the far boards kicks it up. Now it's going to find number 22, Braden Rowe. Rowe dumps it back in, finds a Bradley player. Bradley now kicks it back up to Tintera. Tintera, 2 penalty minutes served so far on the night. That is coming into this at the very least. Coming into this weekend, his 8th penalty minute served on the year is now covering it up will be Devin Schneider.
Yeah, I think for the Cougars, if you can get Tintera, Bishop, or Straker off the ice, that's just going to help them because they look to be their biggest guns as of last night. They control a lot of the play. A lot of the scoring went through them. And if they weren't on the score sheet, they were the catalyst for a lot of those plays.
And so the faceoff is won by the Cougars. Now up behind the net, they're going to find a man at the point. Point looking over to Kyle Kolberg. Kolberg grabs it. He's going to play it forward. It'll be played back up to Colbert. Colbert's shot, it's going to bounce around. It'll be grabbed by number 22, Braden Rowe. Rowe plays it up the far boards, up behind the net now, and back up to Colbert. Colbert can't corral it in time for it to cross the blue line, so now the Cougars will vacate the zone. They'll re-enter, and there's Ebersol and Corey Sperry applying pressure. Ebersol grabs it, now back up to Colbert. Colbert shoots. Oh, that was a beautiful tap by Blake Takmazian. Just couldn't find the net, but that was pure artistry.
Even if it doesn't fall, Tack has really found his offensive stride here in the last this weekend. He's been putting pucks on net from everywhere, and he's been a threat everywhere he is on the ice. His goal last night was from a little bit higher than the left face-off dot. I believe it was about 21 seconds into the game. Was a rip on Soley. So he's getting him the puck. He's firing from everywhere.
And so Watson looks up the Ford. Ford plays it to Zerlini. He loses control of it. Now Bradley over, and that'll be Tintera who loses control of the puck, but he's going to corral it now behind the net. Shot, save made. It'll be deflected now out along the near boards. Pressure put on. That's by Austin Zerlini. Big man out there on the ice, and he's going to make sure the Bradley Braves don't touch it as SIUE fields it in the defensive zone. Looking up to find a man, that's Craig Ford. Ford now across the blue line, dumped in, and save made by Schneider on the dump in. And now the puck will roll all the way down the ice, into the neutral zone. And he loses control of it. Now grabbed by the Braves. Shot, save made by Nasser on a good chance there by number 55, Andrew Schmidt. Picked up a rolling puck, shot on Nasser. Nasser just kept it shut,
Penalty
and now
on Bradley here.
A whistle against the Braves.
Looks like a rough.
2 minutes for hockey.
Got a punch to the back of the head near the SIU bench. That's it's an easy call for our referees here.
So the penalty will be on Cam Etchison. 2 minutes for roughing. Minute 50 to go, so there will be 10 seconds of power play left in the second period.
I don't think we're going to see 10 seconds of power play in a second period. But we'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case as well. As SIU gets a face-off, they're going to kick it over to Colbert. Colbert shot, save made by Schneider. That was a great save through the legs.
That's a hell of a save. You could catch that from our vantage point from over here. That went through about three sets of legs. Schneider was looking through. He had to stay low, find the puck, track the puck, and then move into it and catch it with his glove. That's a very underrated save there. That was looking for a far bar shot going in, but full marks there to Schneider. It's a heck of a save.
It's always the desperation saves that catch the headlines, but saves like that are just if you're a goalie or you've played the game, those are the ones you really appreciate because those are just so difficult to make. You know, you can flail your body at anything and make a save, but those are a lot of skill involved. As Kyle Colbert wins the faceoff, he's going to take it, dance it across the blue line. He's going to find a man now over along the near boards. That's Blake Takmazian. Takmazian looks up to Colbert. Colbert back to Tack. Tack steps up, and he's going to play it down to the wing. Wing looks for a centering pass, but there's nobody in the slot area, and they'll shoot it themselves, and there's going to be a save made off the shot by Sperry. Now Takmazian walks it up along the near boards, over across the blue line, and now back to Takmazian. Takmazian can't find a man as it goes off a stick, and now there's going to be a fight for the puck along the far corner. Puck along the near boards. That's Chris Wagner. Plays to a man now. Steps up. Looks shot off a skate. And it's going to go well wide. Will be grabbed by Takmazian. Takmazian is going to play it up to Colbert. Colbert to Wagner. Wagner looks. Finds Colbert. Center shot. Oh, it's going to go off a player. Now that's Sam Bryant. Sacrifice the body. You love to see that, especially in such a tight game. As the Braves will take advantage and dump it out with 30 seconds to go here.
This Bradley kill looks very reminiscent of the last few years of watching Bradley play against SIU. They've been more positionally sound and they take a lot of the shooting lanes away. So it's good on them on this kill.
And now it'll get dumped in by the SIU Cougars over at Fields Bradley as Bradley now takes it back and forth behind their own defender. That's Sam Lucchese. Lucchese will find a lane. He'll dump the length of the ice. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
I lost my bet.
Yeah, so raise a glass to the first period. 1-0 lead for your SIUE Cougars. We'll be back shortly with the second period. This is SIUE Cougar Hockey.
All right, so an update. I spent the entire intermission looking for my water bottle. It's sitting about 2 feet behind you.
There you go.
Welcome back to second period action here at the East Dalton Ice Arena. Peak in the rink night
For the SIUE Cougars, as they with the faceoff, they lead 1-0. 19 shots on goal to 9 in favor of SIUE Cougars. Bradley looking to make an attack here as they're going to push forward, lose it, and now Kohleberg will dump it into the offensive zone. 19:40 to go in the second period. There's a whistle, and we'll see what for.
Were you running to try and find your water bottle?
You know, I was, and you always tell you don't run to a mic. They always say it's better to be on air late than it is to run to the mic, but it's so tempting and you don't even think about it. Here we are.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense. Never thought about that. I've seen that happen one other time during a broadcast on a cable, what was it, a cable access channel. And the guy came in running in after doing shots in the
Hold
park.
on there, as now we're going to loose puck there is going to be taken away by the Cougars. A chance there for Bradley. He ran back from the parking lot.
Yeah, after doing pulls of Irish whiskey.
Oh, that's just a recipe for disaster right there. It's now Bradley going the other way. It's a 2-on-1 looking for a man. They're going to look for Wes Straker. They poked away, and now SIUE will get it. And then, the other thing is you're out of breath, and now you're out of the flow. That'll be shot wide by Corey Sperry.
Now you just wanted to feel like the players. Now you get the hearts racing, you got the blood pumping, and now you got a game mentality going.
I didn't even run that far, though. I ran from the scorer's box back to here, back to the coach's office, and back to here. And honestly,
So you did a mountain.
yeah. I'm just out of shape is the key here.
I get dressed for men's league games and I'm out of shape, so it's all relative.
I think the common factor here is we might just be old. Is now a shot. It'll be a save made there
Right you
by
are,
the
sir.
goalie Devin Schneider. Well, now the other way, Christian Perry is going to apply some pressure, but it's going to be dispossessed by two Bradley Braves. And now the puck will roll into the neutral zone off of a tap in. It's going to roll to Straker. Straker dumps it in. Christian Perry is going to play the puck. He's going to play it to his own man there in the far quarter. Turned around now. That's number 27, Chris Wagner. Wagner plays it up to Kohleberg. Finds a man. He had Joe Watson. Watson across the blue line. Look, shot. Save made by Schneider. As now the puck will be in a scrum along the along the near corner here. Looks like 3 Braves in the situation and 2 Cougars.
That's what a simple play gives you. That was nothing more than a breakout, and the Cougars got a 2-on-1 just by playing that's a textbook move. It wasn't off of a broken play. It was just playing a textbook game.
Your textbook hockey is just so fun to watch. It's one of the things I love about when the Blues score a good goal, or just anybody scores a good goal. It's just how crisp and clean they are. The plays are exactly like you draw them up. It's now Tatera enters the offensive zone, and it's going to be poked away by the Cougars. Good play there by Watson. But there's something just fun to watch about crisp, clean passes, exactly where they need to go. The goalie getting left out to dry because it's exactly like you draw the play up. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, done correctly, it just makes the game look so much faster as opposed to one guy dangling through everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of skill involved if you're dangling and going around guys. But if you're making 4 passes and you're down the ice 200 feet in a matter of 4 seconds, it just makes the play so much faster. How the heck are we ever going to catch these guys?
And that is what the Bradley Braves have to be wondering right now as they ride a very, very short bench into the opening minutes of the second period. It's out of the puck in the slot area. Shot. Save made by Nasser.
Nasser is locked in. You can see him reading plays. You can see him getting square to shots. He generally is a little bit unorthodox in the way that he plays. You'll see the contrast in the 2 goalies. Caleb Curry plays a little bit more of a conservative, technical game. Nasser can play that game, but he's got a little bit more tools in his – well, I wouldn't say more tools in his toolbox, but he goes to them a little bit more than a goaltender like Curry would. And when he's locked in, he just doesn't look like he'll get beat. And right now, he's just in control right now, and hopefully it stays that way for the next 16 minutes of this period and
20 more. Yeah.
as icing gets called now, and it's 16.5 minutes left to go again. As we'll go back down the length of the ice into the SIUE defensive zone.
It's a big statement game for Noss there. So hopefully this can continue, and his confidence just grows, and it's only going to get the Cougars further along in the season.
Face-off won by the Bradley Braves. They're going to play it up along the far boards. Intercepted and stepped forward by the Cougars. Cougars leave it to a man. That's Blake Takamajian. Takamajian grabs the puck, plays it up along the far boards. Errant pass down the length of the ice. Whistles for icing. Well, we talked earlier about not wanting to make your own team do the wind sprints because, of course, the Cougars can't change on the ice. But the Cougars, you look at the Cougars bench, and I think they're going to absorb this. This is still hurting Bradley, is all these icings. If you had this short of a bench, you're still not going to get the proper reps, running wind sprints like that.
Yeah, the Cougars have a full army on the bench, and Bradley's got not a full army on the bench. So they're going to want to keep the play moving and continue to make changes on the fly, as opposed to, keeping shifts short 40 to 45 seconds, which in club hockey, it's never going to happen. So these guys are going to be out there for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, potentially longer if you get icings. The Cougars can afford, you don't want to ice the puck, but it's not the end of the world if they do, as they have a full bench. The guys that are out there now have probably been sitting for a little bit. So
shot off the faceoff is going to go wide of Nasser off of the faceoff in the near circle as it's going to roll into the defensive zone. Bradley picks it up. They're going to play it over to Schmidt. Schmidt plays it up along the far line to Straker. Straker now steps across the blue line. Little stick handling going on there. Finds some space. Shot! Scores! And he's going to tie it up.
That's one Noss is going to want to have back. I'm going to have to eat my words here on that one. He reaches across his body on what would be a blocker save. He reaches across trying to catch it, and it goes over his shoulder and in. That's not one you want to give up. That's a stoppable shot. It's a well-played shot by the Bradley player, but I wouldn't call it a snipe by any means. He's going to have to regroup, rebound, and make biggest thing now, make the next save.
And so Straker makes it 1-1. A Braves tie it back up, and we have a gain here at Pink in the Rink night for the SIUE Cougars. Cougars win the faceoff. They're going to play it into the neutral zone. Oh! It's right behind you. We about had our camera taken out. There you go. Everybody all right?
Oh, we're good. I'm used to getting hit.
You good, Mulchi?
Shout out to the tripod.
Shout out to the tripod. It hit the tripod, didn't it?
We'll have to send a good survey on to the makers of this tripod, because there might be a little – it's like our bus. It's a little banged up, but it still works.
Well, the first football game I ever did, the first play-by-play game I ever did, they threw out those little hands up, hold on here, and we have interference. So the Bradley Braves will go on to the power play here, and they're going to try and take the lead here.
That's one thing you don't want to follow up after the opponent scores a goal, is taking a penalty in your own zone. That's just going to give the momentum is already tilted to Bradley after they tie the game, and now they've got a chance with a man up right now for the next 2 minutes to try and gain a lead.
And so off the faceoff, Bradley wins the faceoff. They're going to push it up to the far point. Far point looking for Lucas. He's not going to find a man. He's going to pass it down to the wing, up to the far boards, over to Lucas. Lucas looks, shot, and it's going to go wide off the shot by Kohut, excuse me. Lucas now over to Tatera. Tatera finds a winger, but he couldn't quite put it on there, as now it's going to get passed over to Kohut. Back up the far boards. It's going to be Straker looking for a man. Going to be poked back up. Oh, and now a hand goes down. No hand up for tripping, and Bradley will abandon the zone as Lucas makes the puck, just lets the puck lazily roll. Going the other way. Here we go. Like Takmajian finds room, shoots wide as Bradley's going to field it. As I was saying, though, the very first game I ever called was a Roxana versus, I think, Southwestern football game.
Two giants in high school football.
Oh, yeah, it's just pure titans. But we had the window open because it was a nice fall night, and they threw a ball. It hit my co-host right in the face on air. That tape still exists at 89.9 WLCA.
I got to ask where you guys are sitting and how football hits you in the face.
Hold on. There is a shot, and now a save made. It's going to be cleared by the Cougars. No, it's going to find a man, and it's going to be Pressure put on and cleared by Lucas Tucker. Now going the other way. Here's Joe Watts' shot. Oh, it's going to go wide, and now it's going to roll up into the near point. So we were sitting, I would say, somewhere around. We have a problem with the camera here. Hold on.
What do we got here?
Is it plugged in? So